Peace, love, and light, family, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, I'm gonna speed past the intro because it's late and I was getting ready for bed, but the spirit would not let me go to sleep without checking in on this energy. I had to sit here and do this reading because the energy is so present for me. Because this is a general reading, everything won't resonate. This is a timeless reading, so whenever it reaches you, it's meant to find you. If this is not your reading, that is okay, because I'm picking up that this is a specific reading for a specific few number of people, all right? So I'm just gonna throw that out there. If it's not yours, it's not yours, it's cool. But anyway, so I'm just picking up this really, it's a weird energy, right? I pick up strong sexual energy, but then there's this other aspect of it that's like a very intense, angry energy, okay? And I did the pre-shuffle, right? I was sitting here meditating, and the first card out is snake, right? Or the snake. And this card says competition and enemy. The other women look over your shoulder. And interestingly enough, before I started shuffling and meditating on the energy, I was sitting here, my mind wandered off to a conversation that I had with a client a couple months ago. And we were talking about the relationship that they are currently in and the dynamics of that relationship, and how the person is unhappy in that relationship. And I remember asking directly, hey, do you love this person? Do you feel that, specifically, are you in love with this person? And my client replied and said, no, I am not. And fast forward a few months, now forward, the person is still in that connection, in that relationship. And for some reason, that conversation popped into my head, and I was thinking to myself, like, damn, how can someone stay in a space where they're not in love, where they can clearly state, I'm not in love with this person, I don't love this person, probably care, but not love, I'm not in love. It's so hard for me to wrap my head around that, right? Specifically in this dynamic, when the person, they have no ties to each other, like they're not married, they don't have any children, and they haven't been together for very long. I think the relationship has been all of a year. Not that time, matters so much, but, just considering all of the facts. And so it just, that conversation popped into my head because, I don't understand, how, I don't understand how people could stay in situations where they're unhappy or not in love with the person, without any attachments, and can clearly state, I'm not in love with this person, but still remain in that connection. Like, that's such a disservice, not just to you, but to the other person. Not you per se, but I mean, it could be you, but to the other person. Anyway, this card comes out, right? And so I'm starting to feel this energy of a dynamic where someone is in a connection that they don't want to be with, that they are, or in, that they are unhappy in, right? Or even recently just getting out of, right? Because I pulled the snake, then I pulled ascending, right? So learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. Bottom of the deck, we have engagement, higher commitment, eternity, partnership, and union, completion. So, and then after that, I did see ship, cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression, and arriving. So now I feel like somebody here is ascending, right? They're going through some sort of awakening or realization, starting to understand that that connection is no longer in alignment with them, that connection is no longer what they want. They're starting to realize that, or they're at the point where they have disconnected from the person. Put yourself where you belong in this story. Remember, roles are interchangeable, so only you know where everybody goes in this story, so do that accordingly, all right? So someone was looking or is looking to disconnect from someone else, from a situation that they're realizing doesn't resonate with them anymore, right? And I say that because to the snake card, I pulled the death card. And this specific tarot deck, this might be a long one. I hope it's not, because it is late, but I'm just going to flow with it, okay? So hopefully you stick around. So I've never used this deck before. I've had it for so long and I never actually used it, because when I ordered it, I was like, my hands are tiny. Look how small these cards are, right? They're super tiny. And I was like, oh, you know, like, even though my hands are small, like, come on now. But anyway, I was called to use this specific deck. And this is the Sexual Magic Tarot deck, right? And I was just called to this. And as I was shuffling here, I started to pick up more and more like that sexual energy. So I feel like this could have been a connection that was very sexual, that was very promiscuous, or you're dealing with somebody that is very promiscuous. You could have been very promiscuous. The collective and the person, right, that's on your mind. You both could have been very promiscuous, or you know, your person and whoever they're with, right? With the death, because of like the energy that I'm picking up, and then using this specific deck, okay? The death card talks about endings. With every ending, there's a new beginning, right? So I feel like something ended here and somebody is not happy about it. All right. And so even though it says the other woman, it doesn't matter, right? If you're a male watching, this could be, you know, referencing another man or vice versa, or it could be that you ended something with a female and that is the other woman, okay? That is angry or upset or just not happy about this situation. Maybe it is here that the situation could be for some of you that you could have been with a karmic, right? You could have left someone that you were in a relationship with, and that, you know, you went with this person and come to find out this person is very unhealthy, is very toxic. I hate using that word because, like, I feel like we have just burnt that word out, but that's the energy that I'm getting here. Very unhealthy, very promiscuous. And that was the basis of this connection. That was the foundation of this connection. Sexual, right? Physical, lustful. And so I feel like now someone here is ascending. They're awakening because they're trying. They're really putting in work into understanding why they've done the things that they've done, why they've moved how they've moved, why they've made the decisions that they made, or understanding why am I in this connection. And if this is not a specific connection, right, then this is someone who's realizing that they've been promiscuous, that they've been moving around with a lot of people, and there's now someone who is drawing them in a more, in a higher vibrational sense, in a more divine energy. There's somebody now that is in the energy that either you or that person knows. Again, flip the roles however you want. Someone's starting to realize that this new energy that they're now encountering, or this person who they left behind for that karmic, is calling, like they're awakening to the divinity of that person, the purity of that person. They're noticing that that person is love. They're starting to feel very drawn to this either new person or this past person that they disconnected from for this karmic, and they're feeling called to end this, right? Because they're ascending, they're awakening to their higher self, right? I feel like somebody here may have gone through a dark night of the soul or is going through that, right? So there are certain changes happening where this person now is no longer a vibrational match to that karmic, okay, to that unhealthy person. And what they're looking for is to move toward this connection. For some of you, this is a new connection. This is a new energy, somebody that you just met, somebody that you've been just, talking to for a little while, getting to know each other, dating, but you may have still had other connections around, right? Others of you, this could be someone from your past that you're now awakening to what that person means to you, meant to you, or vice versa, what you meant to that person could be awakening, right, to what you meant to them. And now the desire here is not just to connect, move toward that person, right? The thought, the desire, there's a yearning, right? There's a calling, you feel drawn or they feel drawn. To offering now a higher level of commitment. That could be that you now, if this is a new person in your energy, right, and you're trying to figure out how to disconnect from past people, right, or situations, then you're looking toward now feeding more into this connection, right, to feeding that more, to giving that more energy, to giving that more of your time, of your effort and your attention. And someone here is recognizing that that's going to take cutting out these other connections. And these people or this person is not going to be happy about it. If this is someone from your past, or you are someone from their past, right? You've disconnected from the person went with a karmic, you went with a karmic. You're now realizing, you're awakening to that connection and you're wanting to move back, but now toward forward, because that person has continued moving, okay? So cutting ties and moving on, you're now wanting to cut ties with this person or these individuals to give more to a specific connection that is more pure, more divine. This is a divine connection. But not just that. I feel like somebody here is ascending, right? Is ascending. And so as that happens, you're desiring to honor your higher self in these ways and disconnect from this unhealthy situation, right? With the death card here, the ending. Somebody's transforming. Someone's life is transforming. But there is this energy here of a person or people who are not happy about it. And I say that because here we have the Tower. This is an awakening, right? I have to make sure I cover this because I don't want YouTube to... So there's a woman, legs spread open, a guy here and a guy back here. And if you notice, the guy in the back has like some sort of an axe. He's angry, right? The Tower brings revelation. It brings truth. It brings clarity. It dissolves illusions. It rips the rug from under you. Secrets are revealed. People are exposed for who they are, for what they are, for how they feel, for what they've been doing. Secrets come out, right? In this particular deck, in the Tower, there's this man and he's, getting it in with this chick, and here's this man behind him. So I feel like someone reveals, or someone's secrets are revealed. I feel like for some of you, you may have been going through someone else's social media and you got caught or they got caught. Again, put yourself where you see fit. All I'm saying is reverse the roles. Someone got caught going through somebody's social media. Someone got caught drafting a text message. Somebody got caught here, right? For those of you who didn't get caught, then someone here was honest and caused a Tower moment for someone else. Someone here said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this. And someone may have been honest about, you know, how they feel about somebody else. Because with the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, again, either you are an intuitive person, somebody who is super high vibrational, somebody who is very spiritual, very much in alignment, or the person on your mind is. That person that I'm picking up, that energy of divinity, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, that energy, that is this, the High Priestess, right? Someone who knows their worth, someone who is very stoic, someone who keeps themselves reserved, is not, you know, for the streets. Someone who values themselves. Again, someone who you feel, or they feel about you, just has a certain level of wisdom. And there's a certain energy about this person that draws them to you or draws you to them. And this is pure divine light. So I feel like, for many of you, I feel like it's somebody here gets caught, right? Gets caught. Either texting or looking at photos. Because again, then we have the Page of Cups. You could be dealing with somebody younger than you. You could be younger than that person. Pages are the youngest suits in the deck. They're also messengers. So I feel like if you look at the Page of Cups in this deck, there's this guy sitting on the table, and it's like he's writing letters, and then he's scrambling them up and throwing them out. And then outside of his window, there's a couple, and they're kissing. And then there's the moon. And when I see the moon, I think secrets. I think emotions. Page of Cups is all about emotions. The Page of Cups is unexpected messages, unexpected news or information. So I feel like somebody here either communicated something unexpectedly, like was just like, you know what, I gotta say this. I have to say what I have to say, and this may not be the right moment. It could have been a moment for some of you where you could have been about to be intimate with this person, or maybe after being intimate with this person. I'm using the word intimate real loosely because this situation here is lustful, right? Maybe you were dealing with multiple people, but I feel like whatever the case may be, maybe, you know, you just finish going at it and you have that moment, excuse me, there's that moment of, it's funny because I'm thinking like, what are we? Like, we are in bed, boo. But there's that moment where someone asks someone else a question. And it's like, you know, when the elephant is in the room, it's like that question is like, dum, dum, dum. And I don't know what that question is. It could be like, are you in love with me? Do you love me? What are we? Are you sleeping with anyone else? I feel you distant from me. We're not connecting the way that we used to. You're not into it. You're not into it the way you were. Well, baby, it's because homegirl, whole boy got their eye on something bigger, something better. Something that is deeper than rap. There's depth here. And this person, you or your person, it's almost like the person gets caught off guard with this question, but feels like that is the moment to be honest. And with the Seven of Swords here, it's funny because with the Seven of Swords, this is someone who's not used to being honest for many of you. While others of you, this is someone who may have been withholding, right? May be honest, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? Omits information. Omitting information is the same thing as lying. I've always said that. Is it though? I don't know. I know I said that. I in relationships, omitting information is the same thing as lying. 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 You have to be transparent. But so someone here may not be a liar per se, but there's that moment where if you don't ask, I won't tell. That is that kind of person. If you don't ask, I won't tell. That's for a small number of you, right? If you don't ask, I won't tell. Well, this person asked and the person told. It was the opportune moment to say, well, yeah, I am. I am. And if you see the woman here, she's giving him, make sure nothing's showing. She's giving him her back. I have to show you. She's giving him her back and he's just sitting there like, damn, I just put my foot in my mouth, but I said what I needed to say. Because we have a 4 of Swords here, right? And it's funny because he has his hand, over her mouth. And it's actually, now that I realize, it's his finger, like in her mouth. But what I'm getting from this is like, it's almost like this person felt like they couldn't hold themselves back from speaking, right? While others of you, this is someone who is not used to telling the truth, but in that moment, with that Tower, with that Death card, because they're ascending, they're finally getting it, they're honest. And they're like, you know what? I'm not in this. I'm just not in it. Some of you got caught. Someone got caught. Someone got caught red-handed. And they're like, yeah, I do still feel for someone else, or I don't want to do this. And that person is not happy about it. Like, I mean, somebody is really angry, is resentful. Somebody is bitter. And I feel like this situation for some of you, if you're trying to start something new with this high priestess, right? And this is somebody, again, if it's not you, it's your person. Again, please shuffle the roles however you see fit. I keep repeating that because sometimes people just don't get it. This is somebody who is not in the mix. It's funny because I was listening to a song earlier, and it's a hip hop song, or a rap song, whatever you want to call it, by Zeddy. And he says something like, I could never go broke. Damn, I can't remember it right now. But basically he says, something like, I stay out the mix, like I don't want no smoke, right? So this person is out the mix. We don't do that. We vibrate up here, baby. We don't drop it down here. To reach me, you got to come up. Because, what? And so, even in the look on her face, right? So I feel like, for some of you, if you're trying to start something new with this new person, or it could be somebody that you want to reconcile with, I feel like this person that you're trying to disconnect from, or these people that you're trying to disconnect from, or maybe this could be a fear that you have, that this person is going to reach out to this other person, right? To share, I don't know, to share certain things, to try to sabotage something here, right? While others of you, this is them wanting to reach out to whoever it is, I don't know, to send a text message, maybe reach out to them on social media. But somebody here is angry and bitter, and there's a desire to sabotage something here, right? Sheesh. Anything else from here? Whoa. Yeah, death again. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform. What's dead is dead. Ooh, for some of you, I feel like if this is somebody who's trying to come back to you, the person from your past, who got with this karmic connection, I feel like, yeah, it's with the death card, it's like done, right? But again, this somebody here is going through a transformation. And part of that transformation is having to come to terms with the fact that this relationship, this person that they now crave, they yearn for, that they now recognize they did have a future with or saw a future with the Three of Wands. I feel like with the Three of Wands is usually waiting, right? But in this deck, here they are together, right? And I feel like this gives me an energy of like we just reached each other. This could be, especially with the Ship card here, I feel like, and me saying we just reached each other, also Three of Wands, this could be somebody who lives far away from you, right? There's a body of water between you and they want to travel to you or you want to travel to them. And finally, it's kind of like, I finally made it. I'm here. So if you've been waiting or if somebody has been waiting, you're not going to be waiting much longer. You're not going to be waiting much longer. Or if it's you that has been seeking for clarification or the signs or, you know, of when to go, I feel like this situation does that and you finally are like, yeah, no, this is the person I'm moving toward. I can actually, like, that's the person that I want to be with, and you arrive. Like, your person has arrived. And I feel like for many of you, that's this high priestess, right? It doesn't have to be, if you're a female dealing with a man, it could be a man who's just very spiritual, right? A man who's just very intuitive, a man who is very esoteric, right? In touch with his divine masculine, okay? So it could be somebody, you know, who is a spiritualist, an empath. It could be somebody who's, you know, in the Yoruba faith, right? A babalao, a santero, a santera. Bottom of the deck, we have picture. Looking at pictures, missing you. Nostalgia, make new memories. Yeah, so I feel like somebody here, specifically with this past energy, especially now because because Mercury is about to be retrograde and we're already in the shadows, there's longing, there's missing. Somebody got caught looking at a picture. Somebody got caught looking at old text messages. I'm telling you, there's this energy here. And I feel like for the newer energy, right, where it's like you're dealing with somebody who's new, a new connection, or you're new for them, right? And they had, you know, they have other suitors or you have other suitors. Somebody here is reserving their feelings, holding back exactly how much it is that they feel or care about a person, okay? But I feel like they're going to take the risk, take a chance to move toward you, or you're finally realizing that you want to move toward them. Okay? And unfortunately here with backstabbing, yeah, somebody is going to end up hurt. And that's where I get that snake energy from. Where someone is going to either want to sabotage a new connection for you or try to sabotage an old connection, right? Try to reach out to your past person, you know, and say things, maybe expose truths. Maybe say certain things that you wouldn't want anybody to know or they wouldn't want anybody to know. Yeah, shock, sudden change. Somebody wants to renew something or feed a new connection. Sheesh. What came out? The Star. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius. It's Aquarius energy. Somebody wants to heal something, but also somebody here, with respect to the new connection, feels hopeful, feels like this person feels like home. They look at you, or you look at them, like something really special. Someone different. Aquarians are different. I'm an Aquarius. We are the weirdos. But we also draw attention effortlessly because we are authentic. We are genuine. What you see is what you get. There's no mask that's going to fall off. And so I feel like, yeah, this, and it could be somebody who is, you know, who gets a lot of attention, somebody in the spotlight, okay? Tell me more here about the collective and this situation here. Tell me more about the collective's person, the person on the collective's mind. Tell me more here about the person on the collective's mind. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so the Knight of Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And the Knight of Pentacles moves slow, is practical, is pragmatic, okay? So I feel like now there's somebody here who's really, again, thinking about feeding this connection with the Three of Pentacles, building with a specific person, okay? Committing to a specific situation, realizing how important someone is to them, or awakening to the potential of this connection, of this newer connection, right? Awakening to the potential of a future with this person. That there is, that this person is reliable, is stable, is honest. This energy, this new energy, if you're dealing with a new person, okay, or you're the new person, or the past energy, we're not talking about the karmic, right? We're talking about either the past person that was left or the new person that you are just dealing with. These are two separate storylines, all right? So take your story. That energy is completely opposite to that karmic energy. This energy is light and love and stability and truth. This person holds up a mirror. This person holds you accountable, or you hold them accountable. It's strict on this side. On this side is strict. We got rules and regulations over here. Okay? Six of Wands, yeah. This person is successful. I feel like, again, you're recognizing. And again, this person is different. Might be different than your normal type for some of you. With the Six of Wands here and this person in a wheelchair, feel like this person is different. Different than the norm for many of you that you're used to dealing with. The Five of Wands, yeah, right now the underlying energy for a lot of you is either, or your person, there's a lot of mental like chaos going on, right? A lot of like, there's a lot of, oh my gosh, what the hell? I can't talk. There's just drama. Even if it's just mental jibber jabber, right? But with this, I feel like this is someone specifically that's like arguments, disagreements, right? I feel like there's somebody here who likes to push buttons and take somebody out of character to the point where like this person loses their and then this other person just like stays completely calm. So somebody here is leaving. Somebody here has to go, right? With the Five of Wands. King of Swords. There's a conversation. There's a conversation that's going to happen, or that somebody here needs to happen or wants to happen, is thinking about, right? Again, air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. There's clarity, right? The King of Swords is clear about his intentions, his or her intentions, okay? Yeah, Eight of Cups, leaving behind. So there's this conversation. I'm telling you, this conversation happens, and it happens in a moment where you two or them two least expected it. And somebody's angry because somebody got to go. Look, there's a moving truck back there and she's wasted. Literally washed. She look like she been drinking. She been drinking. So I feel like after this conversation, someone here decides you got to go, or this has got to end. I have to cut this out of my life. 8 of Cups, this is not fulfilling me. This doesn't feel good to me. This is not what I want. And so I have to let this go to move toward what I do want. My North Star, my person, my divine feminine, my divine masculine, my emperor, my empress. Ace of Swords, truth, clarity, an epiphany, an awakening. Somebody's awakening to this connection. Somebody's definitely ascending. Somebody is, and I love that for you, collective. If this is you, I love that for you. If this is your person, I love that for them. But awakening to the truth of what this situation has been, or the situations that you or they have been engaging in have been. Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Yes. And in this deck, I always, the Queen of Wands, when, not all the time, because this is about somebody who's very attractive and charismatic and again, draws in a lot of attention. But specifically the energy that I'm picking up from here is the Queen of Wands as like the chick that's promiscuous. Like, I feel like for some of you even, it's not going to be for everybody. For some of you, even if you go to the gym with this person or something like that, maybe you feel like this person looks at other women or looks at other men. Like this person is just like, has this energy about them, like una fresca, un fresco, like that, right? 5 of Swords, arguing in front of children. That's not for all of you. Arguing in front of children. For others of you, this is just mental jibber jabber, right? The 5 of Swords is someone who wants to win at all costs. But I feel like here it could be, somebody realizing like that this situation, they just end up feeling defeated after, engaging with this person or other people. 2 of Cups is what you really want. 2 of Cups is what they want, right? Tell me about this new energy here. What else? What else for the collective? What else for the collective? I think that's it for this deck. Strength, yeah. Feels somebody's finding the courage. Somebody's coming out of this confusion here. 7 of Cups, clarify that 7 of Cups. Somebody's a party animal. Somebody likes to, go out and just, drink a lot or just hang out a lot, be outside. The Lovers. So there's a decision here again. The Lovers is a card of choice. But the Lovers is a card of divine union. So I feel like somebody says, you know what? I know I got options. But you know what? There's this person over here, this high priestess, this star. Yuda, top one. Because there's somebody here who stands out above all the rest. Is that you? Is that your person? With the Lovers card here. Somebody that you feel or they feel, right? Drawn to you. There's a strong attraction. There's a connection. It's not just lust. It feels like you've known them before. It feels like a twin flame. It feels like you can learn from them or they can learn from you. Another Page of Pentacles here. Right? So somebody's thinking a lot about coming toward this. Queen of Cups. Yes, this person is someone who is a nurturer. Either you are somebody that they view as somebody who is nurturing, loving, caring. Somebody who's in control of their emotions. Like, yes, they love you, but they're also reserved with their love. The Queen of Cups, you know, pours into herself first and has enough love to give to everybody else, but doesn't just, you know, give all willy-nilly. I feel like this person over here, whoever this is in this energy, right? This person that's in this Queen of Cups, High Priestess energy is not pressed. They are literally out the loop. They are out the loop. Seven of Wands, yeah, they protect their energy. They protect their energy, and somebody here is stuck with a low vibrational person or in a situation, I can't say stuck, but has been in a, because of the Death card. That's changing. Something's ending here, and we got Death twice. So this is about protecting your peace, standing your ground. Somebody here has standards. This person, this Queen of Cups, you can't play over here. Don't come over here with all of that. We don't do that here. And so that's the thing, is that this person knows that you're not going to tolerate that kind of disrespect. You're not going to, there are standards, there's expectations, there are boundaries, there are requirements when it comes to you. Or you know, again, place yourself where you see fit. When it comes to this person, is strict over here. You either come right or you go left. Both feet in or get the fuck out. So I feel like somebody's trying to clean something up before they move toward this person or this new connection. But that karmic energy, yeah, wants to fight. That karmic energy wants to fight. Okay. What is the advice for the collective? And what do we have here to close out? Five of Pentacles. Somebody has to, somebody got to be left out in the cold. Like there's something that has to end. Somebody's going to be rejected here. Right? Justice. Yeah. Because somebody hasn't been honest. There's dishonesty. There's a situation that's imbalanced, that's unfair. But truth, Three of Wands, it's only a matter of time before that truth is revealed and before that person is honest. Only a matter of time before somebody gets left out in the cold, right? There's movement here, fast. Feel like something happens fast. Again, unexpectedly, somebody's like, oh, you got to go. Oh, I'm done with this. What are we? Nothing. Are you seeing someone else? Yes. Do you feel the same about me? No. Do you love me? No. There's this energy here of being brutally honest, even when you don't mean to hurt the person. Page of Cups, an unexpected message. But also there's an apology here. I feel like when it comes to this other energy, this newer energy, the divine energy, there could be, an apology, or somebody, if you're dealing with somebody, or rather, if this is somebody with a past situation, then there's an apology here. Someone who wants to come forth, and the Page of Cups came out twice with an apology. I'm sorry. I know I wasn't fair. I know I chose someone else over you. I made a bad decision. And I'm sorry. A message is coming in. While others of you, this is a situation where you're going to decide to end something to move toward this new connection. And again, that's going to happen. There's going to be this swift change Tell me more about this new energy for the collective. Yeah, somebody's gonna stop fighting. Stop fight. Like, I don't wanna fight anymore. I don't wanna do this anymore. I'm done. But someone with Six of Cups, this is the past energy again, coming back, right? There's this energy of wanting to go back to something that felt like home. For some of you, the newer connection, this is not wanting to fight how you feel for this new connection because it feels like home, because it feels like soulmate energy. Ten of Pentacles, because it's safe. Not safe in a way like, oh, you can save me, but safe like, oh, this is stable. This is solid. This person is dependable. If I don't got it, like you just get the feeling that this person got you back. This person is honest, dependable, like, again, just solid. And with the Six of Swords, you're moving toward a more stable, an easier time. Some of you are gonna, for those of you with a situation from the past that are picking up on a past energy that wants to come toward you, right? You still dealing with somebody, or you still have, you're going through that twin flame journey, and there's somebody from your past that you still are interested in. That person is coming toward you. If it's you that has your mind or your heart on someone from your past, I see there's a desire here to travel toward this person because there's a body of water, there's movement here. This person is coming and they're moving away, right? King of Pentacles. Somebody here is going to make an offer finally. Somebody wants to commit. Somebody's ready to commit. The Queen of Swords came out in the reverse, and it keeps coming out on this energy. So yeah, somebody here is, going to be brutally honest so that they can move toward this other connection. The Death card is at the bottom of the deck. Again, for the third time, change, transformation. Something is going to end abruptly with that Tower there. And it may be ugly. Others of you, you're going to decide, you're going to just wake up or be in that moment after smashing, after you have a smash, you realize, I don't even feel nothing for this person. And maybe your person comes into your mind, or you come into their mind. All of a sudden, it's like, damn, all I see is this person's face, or like I miss this person, or, it didn't feel like this. Like when I'm laid up with so-and-so, it doesn't feel like this. Like you feel a nothingness, and then it ends and everything changes. With Temperance here, you're trying to find the balance. They are trying to find the balance because they're healing themselves. Again, they're going through an awakening. They're going through a healing process. Temperance is also a card of forgiveness. Somebody might want forgiveness. You might ask for forgiveness. They might ask for forgiveness of you. Switch it however you want. This is also a card of patience. So I feel like somebody's run out of patience. Somebody feels like they're running out of time to provide this commitment. Somebody doesn't want to miss out on an opportunity with somebody because they know this is an Empress. Here she is. I've been talking about her. The Divine Feminine. Place yourself where you see fit. It doesn't matter if you're a man, then it's okay if you're in your Divine Feminine energy, okay? This is love. This is conception. This is fertility, growth, expansion. Somebody here is ready to commit. Even if it's the beginning stages of something, you are ready to pour into someone, or they're ready to pour into you. Six of Wands. They want victory, recognition. Six of Wands is also the card of engagement. Someone might want to just pop the question. Someone might want to just come up and be like, oh my God, I realize now. That's not for all of you, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Some of you, most of you, this is about coming to the realization of what you feel for somebody or what they feel for you and saying, you know what? I want to make this official in that, I'm ready, you know, to be seen in public with you, or I'm ready to commit to you, or I'm ready to make this exclusive, or whatever that looks like for you. But the Six of Wands is a card of recognition. Giving somebody their flowers, giving somebody their position, noticing them, right? Awakening to them. Or this person awakening to you. No, you're noticeable. The Six of Wands comes in, look, on a horse. You gonna see me. You gonna see me because you gonna see me. Like, I'm here, boo. Even if I tiptoe in and stay quiet all night, you're gonna see me. You see me. Let me stop. Anyway, you guys, I love this for you. For those of you who are going through that situation with this karmic connection, excuse me, with the Seven of Wands here, like, stand firm on your boundaries and don't let fear keep you stuck in a situation that you are unhappy in. Don't let fear keep you stuck in a situation that you know has run its course with the World card here, right? It feels like, oh my God, I just want this to be over. Stand 10 toes down on what you want, on your healing. Continue to ascend if it's you that's awakening. If it's your person, send them love, send them light. Send them healing energy. Send them good energy so that they continue to awaken, they continue to ascend, right? 10 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Wish fulfillment, completion, right? The quintessential dream. Having the happy family. Union is here. Commitment is here. If you've been waiting for that, that is here. But there is a choice here that someone has to make. And there's an ending that has to happen. And the person, that karmic energy is upset. Oh my God, I want to stop right here, but let me get one on that karmic energy. 10 of Swords. Yeah, they're just mad because it's ended. And that karmic energy could be watching you on social media, could be looking you up. I don't know. Yeah, they're mad with the Four of Cups. Because someone here wasn't open to them in that opportunity. There's something else that they want, right? The Strength card here, crossing, okay? So, you know, if this is someone, if you're dealing with somebody with a karmic, don't be surprised if that karmic reaches out to you. You know, stay open about, yeah, look, message. I say, oh, look, and the Hierophant, yeah. That person might reach out to you and say, oh, we got married, or just share some information with you, or want to share information with you in attempt to sabotage a union. So be discerning. Be discerning. Remember that when people are bitter, when it comes, some people just get bitter and mad, and they get into this energy of, especially if they're already unhealthy, right? Where they want to be vindictive. So if you are dealing with a person, don't be surprised that, you know, the karmic X comes in, or you receive a message of somebody saying to you something. Have a conversation. Don't jump to conclusions, because somebody here is trying to change. Somebody here is facing their fears, and somebody here is trying to find the courage to come forward and face, you know, right their wrongs is what I'm hearing. Okay? So, yeah. I think show compassion. All right? And if it's you, you know, have some compassion for yourself. And again, stand firm on your happiness and your healing and your ascension. You guys, I love you all so much. Thank you for sticking with me all of this time. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, drop a comment down below. Let me know how. Hopefully you've subscribed to the channel already, but if you haven't, I hope you consider subscribing. If you want to follow me on my social media platforms, that information along with how to contact me for personal readings is going to be in the description box below. I love you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. I got to be up super early, but I'm happy to be here. Peace, love, and light. Mwah.